Hi guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I am almost too excited. I can't even be like, "Oh, hi." I've had the craziest day. Literally. Okay. So, appreciate when I get up and I go through my day cuz I'm homeschooling my child and everything. I don't look at my YouTube channel because it's so addictive to me that I'll want to do something about it. So, I don't look at it until we finish homework. So, today I got out my iPad. I looked at it. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I got so overwhelmed that I had to close it and just be like, yeah, I'm going to make supper and then I'm going to do my reading. And then I'm going to look at all of this because I was just. So Marie from Marie's Table shouted me out on her channel. And I can't even tell, like, to have somebody with such an authentic, sweet heart. And this is somebody who, if you go back, and I'm sure it's probably in the comments somewhere, like months ago when I first started my channel, I was watching Marie's channel and I had commented something about like, you're an inspiration to me or you inspired me to do my own channel. And then I realized really quickly, like, nope, I can't go commenting on channels anymore because now it says Nines Tarot. And I don't want to be that person who's trying to advertise themselves on other people's channel kind of deal. So literally here we are full circle a few months and she's saying the most kindest, sweetest things. Like it's just like, it's like she could read that, or she knew that I had been this lone reader out there for 25 plus years, not having anybody who really got what I was doing or anybody I could ask advice from. And here's this pure spirit, kindred spirit, taking the time to be kind to me, to lift me up. Like she's not getting anything out of it. And I mean, for somebody to have like zero ego, like she's not trying to get anything out of it other than just saying, hey, I recognize you. I recognize your light. You go with that. And I could cry. Literally, I could cry. And then on top of it all, I have the House of Lenormand, Becca. And I have literally been watching her from before because as anybody who's watched me knows, I dabble in Lenormands. And I have been watching her channel and using it as a way and a platform for learning about Lenormand. And then she gets into my comment section and is super like generous to me. And then she's like, saying, yay, Marie, go for it, shout her out. And it's like, hold on now, I love this girl. She's a no-nonsense, get to it, teach from it. It's like how two people that I absolutely adore in the one day call me out. It's just too much for my heart to take. And I can't, it's just way too much. So I am thankful. I appreciate it so much. Like I'll keep going and going. So I am going to, as always, my candle lit for each and every one of us. And we're going to start the reading. Because guys, hydroxychloroquine. Donald Trump is now taking hydroxychloroquine. Now, you're going to learn a little bit more about me today because I love watching people who do body language analysis on people. And so I watched the video with Donald Trump while he was saying, I'm taking the drug. Two things really bugged me. One, when he was saying yes, he didn't go like this. He kind of did this spindle, like a little swerve. And to me, that's like, you're not telling the full truth. And then he's saying, like, I'd take it. I would take it. And it's like, hold on now. If you were taking it, you wouldn't be saying, I would take it. You would be saying, I am taking it. So there's something really, really fishy there. So I thought, let our first question be, what is Donald Trump doing? Because you know what? It doesn't matter what my personal opinion is. Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see what the cards have to say. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. That's my dog, and he does not like to be. Come on.
Sorry.
Thank you, hon. That's okay. So, okay, here we go. This is a get rich quick scheme for Donald Trump. This is looking at the details, and he's been awful sloppy about that. And I think this is going to, because it's something that's a plan that you have to be really careful about. Donald Trump is not up to that job, so he's been sloppy. You're going to see details coming out about it. Because we have the devil. The devil is definitely saying, hey, this is a scheme. This was being manipulated, and this is all about power and money. But then, the tower. And for anybody who watches my videos from before will know, I get the tower around Donald Trump all the time. All the time. So this is literally telling me that Donald Trump is going to be the cause of his own explosion. Like, he is going to be the cause of his own destruction. Okay, a few months ago, I did a reading and I thought, oh my God, this man may actually win, because you've got the party standing up for him. No matter what he does, they still go for him. It's almost like, what has to happen for them to turn on this man? Because they don't. And the fact is, in 2016, he didn't win. Hillary Clinton had 2 million people more vote for her, and Donald Trump got in. So I'm looking at it in two ways, that he's either going to, at some point just be over his head and say, you know what, I'm done. Or it's going to get to the point where if he stays in the game, he's doing it with the knowledge, knowing that he is going to fight, scheme, steal, do whatever he can to keep power, because he is in that much trouble. And the reality is that even if he were to lose, he is going to cause a circus, because he is the clown. Like, it is going to be gross and disgusting. And he's going to falter. Like, he is falling apart. And it's from the internal. And unfortunately, anybody who's associated with him, who's, decided that they're going to stay with him, they are going to fall to the wayside as well. So I'm really, really I really thought maybe by this point Donald Trump, or the things that he has done, would be enough for people to say, you know what, no, he's got to go. But it's not. He's still there. But anyway, let's have a look at Donald's good friend Pompeo, because Pompeo, let me look at this. Pompeo has asked Trump to dismiss Linick. And they're saying that he was investigating Pompeo. Pompeo saying, no, I didn't know that. And I mean, let's face it, Trump is such a nihilist that anybody can use him. So Pompeo, Trump is like, oh, Pompeo is, crooked like myself. So he follows them and says, yes, I'll back you up. And of course, Trump goes back to his famous, I don't know him. I don't think I've ever met him. So let's have a look and see why would Trump and Pompeo do such a blatant thing, knowing that this is going to cause focus on yet another negative for them when they're already having difficulty with everything else. Let's have a look. Trump is looking at Pompeo as his good friend. This is somebody that Trump trusts, because I think maybe he's tested him to see, are you as crooked, are you as underhanded as I am? And the answer was yes. So Trump trusts him. They've had back dealings. This is not new trust. This is like they've dealt with each other before, and Trump knew to trust them. This is my card of the dark side, backroom dealings. So there's two characters talking to one. So this is Trump and Pompeo. And I'm thinking that this is probably to do with the Saudi arms and everything else. And they have things that they don't want to come out. And like we keep saying, 2020 is the time for everything to come out. Because my dear ones, Pompeo is done for. He's in trouble. There's no amount of power. There's no amount of maneuvering. There's no amount of deals that he can do. He is done for. Pompeo is going to be going down. This was it. This was the last sword. Anybody who's around Trump at this point, they are going to fall and falter. Now, okay, sorry. I do have it here on my little to-do list. The last video I had done, I had asked about Barr. And my last question where I said, what's Barr thinking? Why would he do this? And it came up justice. And so after the reading, this really bothered me. It's like sometimes when, if you don't feel like something's answered, or if maybe the energies want you to see something else, it'll play on your mind. And I was like, justice. Because this is not a Donald Trump, illusional man. This is a man who's been a career politician, and he's worked under Bush and them. This is somebody who's done a lot of negative things in his life. And then I started thinking, hold on now. If he worked under Bush and he was doing all these negative things, well, then obviously Donald Trump would trust him and think, yes, because he's doing all these negative things and he, likes to walk on the dark side, that Trump could use him. And he made himself available for that. So I want to know, is it possible that Barr is a mole? Is it possible that Barr could be a mole or a spy in the camp? Because let's face it, he's under Bush and them. Bush and all of them hate Donald Trump. Then you've got, they know, Donald Trump, all you got to do is blow smoke up his derriere and he'll send you and do whatever you want. So they know exactly how to play this man just as much as Putin. So is it possible that Barr is a mole? Is he playing on both sides? Let's have a look. Oh, please give me a really clear, crisp answer. I don't want any twos. I want clear answer. Is Barr some kind of mole in the camp? This, in its negative light, could be looked at as scheming. So yes, I think there is a possibility that Barr could be working on both sides. Because think about it, if he's worked under Bush, he's had a lot of things that probably weren't on the right side of the law happen. And so they know how to maneuverate. And then he gets protection from all his past misdeeds, possibly. Hold on, let's see, some card flipped. Yeah, there's a scheme. Oh my God, can you imagine if it came out that Barr was working both sides and he was the actual mole? Because it makes sense to think that Obama, there's no way that Obama didn't think to himself, we have a problem and we need to get somebody in there. And then went to Bush and said, Bush, we got a problem and we need to get somebody in there. And then Bush and Obama said, Hillary, we got a problem. And they all went, and went to Barr. Okay, let's just look. Is there any possibility? Okay, I might be going cray-cray now, so let's just look. Is there any chance that that Barr was chosen by Obama and the Bushes as a means of keeping an eye on Donald Trump for real? They're watching him and they're watching others. It's not just Donald Trump. They're watching a bunch of them and they're waiting for it to come to complete fruition before they will pounce. There's stuff going on. I am telling you, I don't know how many times I've said this. There is so much stuff going on that we don't even know. Only our imagination can keep us away from knowing about it. Wow. Okay, so my last question I wanted to do was about this China-Australia deal, because back like March 25th, I did a reading about, how COVID was going to affect the economy and all the different things about the different countries. And when I did Australia, I said they were going to be really having a difficult time with their economy and they wouldn't catch up like everybody else. There was something else going to be holding them back. And here we've got China. So I thought, let's have a look and see what's happening from the point of Australia. What is happening with China? What is going to be the progression of the energies that are flowing right now into that relationship? How is that going to work out between Australia and China? Australia and China. Well, I think there's a really high chance that Australia is going to say, you know what, this relationship isn't working anymore, and they're going to turn their backs on the money and the finances, and it's going to be difficult, and it's going to affect a lot. But the thing about this card is that you're turning your back on what you know to go to something even better. So then we have the Hangman. So there's a part of this is looking at the situation from a different perspective. Having to stop doing what you've always done, meaning that you always kind of give in to China. We all give in to China because, you get the product for cheap and that's the way it's always been. But now with this pandemic, it's sort of like, is it worth taking a hit right now and build our economy up based on ourselves rather than keeping with China? And this is about sacrifice. And the end result, like Australia, I think that you may actually have the kahunas to stand up to China. And I'm telling you, one of the good things about the Tower, because this looks like a scary card and sometimes it can be, but the truth about this card is that you destroy the old to make room for something new, something better, something more with a stronger structure. Any injury that you have, any heartache that you have will recover. So Australia, I think that you guys are in a really strong position that you may decide to take a chance and break away from China and build yourself up. It won't be easy, but the end result will be immense growth, immense strength. I see it being a really, really good thing. So, wow, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more of a, oh no, but that just seems like a really kind of like, wow, Australia. That's going to be interesting to see how that works out. So, all right, guys, that's my reading for today. I thank each and every one of you. And for anybody who's new, thank you for checking me out. Thank you to Marie and to Becca, because you guys are just, you have no idea. Oh, Lord. See, I'll start talking. I'll start crying. So, wishing you light for your darkness. Have a terrific evening, guys.